Hello, rock and metal fans. This is Matthew Hunt. I run Boone's Overstock.com, Retroactive Records, Bombworks Records, Born Twice Records, Brittle Planet Records, any other records you can probably think of. Just kidding. Hey, I have some stuff that I've been wanting to show you, stuff that I'm really, really proud of, stuff that is available in stores and available for purchase. I have 3 CDs. I have 1 vinyl record, and then I have 1 surprise, sort of like a bonus. So I'm going to start off with the Girder Records released Petra CDs. These are also coming out on vinyl, but those won't be available until next year. That's not our fault. That's not Girder's fault. That's just how long it takes to get vinyl manufactured now. It's almost a year. So if you're ever wondering, should you support a vinyl release or not, just keep in mind that when we, myself and Girder do vinyl releases, we're literally having to dish out thousands and thousands of dollars and then sitting on it for 8, 9, 10, 11 months. So thank you for those that pre-order. Thank you for those that order. Thank you for those that support the scene. And thank you for those that support vinyl records. I do want to show you these Petra CDs though. I don't know about you, but I grew up listening to Petra. However, I'm almost 51 and at this recording of this. And I did not grow up in a place that had lots. Where I had access to a lot of different titles. I grew up in Burlington, Iowa, which is a very small town. We had a used record store that would get used stuff in, but it was just haphazard Christian stuff that was there. The Christian bookstores, there were only 2 or 3. You had to special order stuff off of the microfiche, and that means you had to know what it was because they didn't know what it was. There was a bigger one in a place called Fairway Center. There was a Christian bookstore, and it was a pretty good size one, but it was filled with Stephen Curtis Chapman, Amy Grant, Sandy Patty, John Michael Talbot, that kind of stuff. There just wasn't any like hard rockin' stuff in there. So I went to Christian school. Like I know some of you all maybe went to Christian school, and one day, after I had listened to the Imperial Stand by the Power, which was one of my first CCM releases, maybe was my first, I was at the Christian school, Burlington Christian School, and there was a coat rack, and there was a Petra, More Power to Ya vinyl record sitting right on there. It'd been there for a while, and I just decided to take it home and keep it. I don't know why anybody would leave their Petra vinyl on the coat rack, but I took it home, I listened to it, and boy, did I fall in love with it. And that's one of the ones that Girder reissued. Petra, More Power to You. It does come with a trading card, as you can see. I love the trading cards. If you like the trading cards, be sure to comment down below. Little blurb on the back. It's really cool. I just love these. I love how they fit in there, and you don't have to find a special place for them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 8-page inserts with lyrics. Boy, do they look good. The artwork for this album is just phenomenal. Rob Caldwell did the remastering. Those of you that are remastering snobs and proud of it, you'll be happy with this. These are extravagant remasters. They make everything else that's ever been done with this album and the other 2 that I'm going to show you, it pales in comparison to how good these look and how great they sound. So if you have originals, you're lucky. Those are great, but they ain't nothing compared to these reissues. I highly recommend spending the $15 to buy your favorite albums again, sounding and looking better than ever. So More Power to You was 1982. This next one Beat the System was 1984. I also bought this when I actually didn't take this one off of a coat rack, but I did purchase it. I did get it, and I did like it. I did enjoy it a lot. Maybe not as much as More Power to You, but you know, those very first albums that sort of steal your heart, it's hard to beat those. You know, those have a special charm, place in your heart. But Beat the System also comes with a collector's card, as you can see. And it too is an 8-panel insert that looks phenomenal. Fantastic. Look at that disc face too. These just came out phenomenally. Those are great. I actually had to do a bunch of reorganization, and it was, I was listening to these Petra CDs. Look at how good the disc face on More Power to You looks. That is just a really tight, crisp printing. The manufacturing company did a ridiculously good job on that. So 1984 was Beat the System, and then 1987. By this time, Greg X. Volz had exited Petra, and John Schlitt came in, and he started handling lead vocal duties on This Means War. One of my favorite ones. It's really heavy. It's really hard rock. Look at that disc face. That is a phenomenal. I love the vibrant colors that are so tight. Again, it is an 8-panel insert. Comes with a trading card that you should all want. And look how good that artwork is. These aren't shoddy reissues. These aren't reissues that you get when the band does it. They don't know what they're doing. These are quality reissues. If you like your favorite albums to be reissued like they're a Maserati, BMW, German import of some kind, super fancy car, that's what these reissues are. These are the elite reissues, looking and sounding amazing. So I'm super proud of Girder Records for how well those sound. You can order them from me at boonesoverstock.com. You can also go to girdermusic.com and you can buy them there. You can also still pre-order the vinyl. It is selling like nuts. So if I were you, I would not wait in getting your pre-order in for the vinyl, because I'm afraid that those are actually gonna sell out here in the days ahead. So don't wait, don't delay, go get that vinyl. It's really affordably priced. I think they're only like $29.99 each. So you're gonna get color vinyl of these amazing albums. All right, I'm gonna throw in an extra one. This is the freebie, the extra, the bonus. One of my favorite albums. Remember the band Vision that was on Heartland Records? They had a more popular album that looked like the Band of Ninjas on the front cover. It was hilarious. I mean, it was a good cover, but it was kind of funny when you thought of them as it's the ninja cover. If you say the ninja cover, a lot of times people know what you're talking about. So if I said the ninja cover and you would know what I'm talking about, make a comment down below. Also, subscribe, like, comment, share, any of that fun stuff that you can do. We sure would appreciate it. Well, in 1984, before the one on Heartland Records came out, the band actually had a CD that was self-titled. Now, actually, the 1984 album that I'm about ready to show you, technically it was self-titled, and then when the 1985 album came out on Heartland Records, it reworked about 4 or 5, I think maybe 5 songs from the debut, then added 5 new songs. So there's some duplication, but the songs are different. They're re-recorded versions. But the 1984 one that originally came out as an independent release by the band in 1984, it was self-titled, but when we reissued it in 2010, we called it Mountain in the Sky. And I did that because I didn't want there to be 2 different self-titled Vision albums out there. And this was really, really good progressive rock reminds you a lot of like what Kansas sounds like, some of the best Kansas stuff, where you've got the fiddle, violin, you've got the bass, you've got like that progressive feel, like, Kansas used those extra instruments, and I always love those. I just love those. I love progressive rock that uses those extra instruments. I just think it's really fancy and cool. Um, Here's the cover. So you can see we put Mountain in the Sky, but really it was self-titled, but we're calling it Mountain in the Sky because that's one of the songs and it differentiates it from the 25th anniversary edition self-titled Visions album that came out in 1985. This is the 1984 version. This is the only Vision album that contains not one but two people that played in Lynyrd Skynyrd, and this actually has two bonus tracks. It has a testimony by Billy Powell, who Billy Powell was the keyboardist for Lynyrd Skynyrd, and it also includes a testimony bonus track from Leon Wilkeson, who was also in who was also a member of Lynyrd Skynyrd. So I think maybe he played bass or something, if I'm not correct. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Oh yeah, he did play bass. So here's the album cover. This is the CD. It was released in 2010. We are currently, as of this date that I'm recording this, so I'm not sure when you're watching this, but of the date that I'm doing this on August 27th, 2021, we're taking pre-orders for vinyl records for this. Now, keep in mind, these were previously only an independent release in the middle of nowhere. They're impossible to find. They're hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you can even find one. Um, the CD is readily available. You can pre-order the vinyl record right now for only $35. We do have half price shipping on the store this weekend. If you're watching it after this weekend, we probably won't, but you can always check. But this is the 8-panel layout. It has a big write-up from Rocco Marshall, the lead singer. He also played electric and acoustic guitar. It has a write-up underneath the CD by Doug Van Pelt of HM Magazine. Doug was a huge fan of this album. He encouraged me to put it out. He may have even helped me get a hold of Rocco and sign a deal with them. So I'm not really sure. I just know that it's one of my favorite albums. I really, really thought that it needed to be reissued on vinyl record. So we're doing a limited edition version, only 200 units. I don't anticipate that they'll last long. But if you want to buy the CD right now with half price shipping, you can go to boonesoverstock.com and it's right there. We also have the Rainbow Promise and Steve Powell, which if you like early, like late 60s, early 70s Rolling Stones, if you like early, like the real grungy, fuzz guitar, psychedelic, Larry Norman, if you like Excursions, Fraction, Earthen Vessel, Agape, I'll say Freak Band, if you like those kinds of bands, Rainbow Promise and Steve Powell's solo CD, those are for you. We are also taking vinyl records of Rainbow Promise and the Steve Powell albums as well. You can get those on CD or vinyl with half price shipping on the store this weekend. But this sounds like Kansas. It sounds, it just is amazing. It sounds so good. Progressive Southern rock that's going to appeal to those fans. So it's great. There's lots of stuff on YouTube about that. So Vision, Mountain in the Sky. That's the CD face right there. Last but not least, I waited a long time for this. The vinyl record, Trytan, Blood of Kings. I listen to a lot of music. This is some of the best music you will ever hear. It just is. I do love progressive metal and rock. Probably like progressive rock more than I like progressive metal. I just think it tends to be more creative. Progressive metal sometimes degenerates into one epic sound, but it's the same epic sound over and over. That's not the case with Trytan Blood of Kings. With it, it's 80 minutes of music, so it's just jam-packed full of music. It's one of those double vinyl records that you get, and instead of getting like 12 minutes here and 13 minutes on that one, most of the sides have like pretty much 20 minutes of music on. I think the last side has 14, I think. But you do get two different vinyl records of that, side A, B, C, D. So you can see it's Scott Waters from No Life Till Metal put the retroactive logo on there. It took forever to get these done. Wanted to do them. We did a gatefold on this. We spent the extra money. Did the gatefold as opposed to the extra wide jackets. So you see you get like extra artwork. You get the lyrics there. Really good print quality. It's got Larry Dean as the lead singer of Trytan. It also has Eric Gillette, I hope I'm saying that, on drums and keyboards. He plays in the Neil Morse band. He's an important player, extremely gifted and skilled. Larry Dean, he blew me away with Celestial Messenger and Silent Tiger releases. I love those. But his work on this album, I mean, it is light years above Celestial Messenger and Silent Tiger, and I love those albums. But what Eric and Larry Dean and Jim Laverde from Barren Cross, what they did on this album was just amazing. These are just tremendous songs. Jim plays bass, he's amazing. Larry Dean's guitars just are phenomenal. His vocals, the lyrics, it's just it's just really a masterpiece. So this gets my vote for album of the year, and I think we ought to give it album of the decade. Like let's just give it album of the decade. Progressive rock masterpiece from the artwork to the music. And here's the thing, it's been one of our best sellers, and for good reason. It's phenomenal. But I want you to know the vinyl record is definitely worth the money. There's some vinyl records that just blow. They just do. They're loud. They're noisy. Uh, they sound like somebody scraped them on gravel before you put them on your record player. Not that album. Like the company that we used to press that up did a phenomenal job. It's so warm. Like it's just so warm. It's almost like these warm beats and rhythms just wrap you in them, and they sound so powerful but warm and dynamic. It's the vinyl record experience on Blood of Kings is second to none. So I encourage you, spend the money. You're getting your money's worth. You're getting a gatefold. You're getting two full vinyl records. So basically, you're getting like two records in one for the price of one, and it's the best music you're ever going to hear. So thanks to Larry, thanks to Eric, and thanks to Jim for blessing us with that great album. So go to boonesoverstock.com and give it a listen. You can buy those Petras, you can buy the Vision vinyl, and you can buy the CD, and the CD will ship right away. So will the Petra CDs as well. So that's about all I had. I did put up some new posters you see in the background. I got a signed Deliverance poster that I got from Rocks. I think that Ultimatum poster, I think I got that. Maybe either Scott Waters sent it to me. Scott, maybe you can comment down below. Maybe you sent that to me. I think I ripped that thing off of a porta potty or a tent or somewhere at Cornerstone Festival the year that you were there. And I don't regret doing that a bit. And then over there, you can't see it very well, but that's my Alice Cooper Brutal Planet poster. Anybody that knows me knows that's one of my all-time favorite, if not my all-time favorite album. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Make a comment, share. We just appreciate you being supportive of our scene. Thank you for stopping in and taking a listen. You matter. You make a difference.